Hey Theo, are you around? All right, perfect. Theo, so I just quickly introduced how we will communicate with you today. So we will speak like a couple of sentences as just we did, and then we will do like step by step. So do you want to share the screen of Celestine Sloth's like collection on Stargaze, or like what anything else, or turn on the camera before we start, or do you want me to share something like?
I can share my screen. We can take a look at the collection here.
Absolutely, let's do. All right, these are nice slots here.
Yeah, the collection's beautiful. Really, really nice art. We love it.
Absolutely. Let's kickstart our conversation with your introduction. Probably, like people do not really familiar with you, and it would be nice to introduce you to the community first, and then we will go to the collection introduction. And just give me a second. I will translate this part, and we will go on. So yeah, go ahead with the self presentation, like short or long, like it's up to you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Theo Beams online, and you can find me anywhere that way. I joined the Celestine Sloth Society maybe about a month and a half ago now. So I've been helping them build their Discord, as well as the Lazy Chain Discord as well. So it's all one thing. When you hear about Lazy Chain and the sloths as well, they're the same teams pretty much, supporting the socials as well as the back end stuff. So a lot more to come. I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'll share alpha, and yeah, let's get into it. We can stop there.
That's amazing. Lazy chain is the like one of the topics we will discuss a little bit later. But can we start this, let's say, conversation from the Celestian Sloths like lore description, how this collection like started, and now what is it today, and like some details about that.
Of course, yeah. So if anybody's familiar with Zaki Manian, he's a pretty integral part of the Cosmos ecosystem. He's launched a number of chains. I think currently he's running Familiar Finance. Well, Zaki was actually also a part of the Celestia team early on, and kind of helped them with their go-to-market. So Zaki has his hands in a lot of things. So a bit of the lore. I actually just learned this a couple of days ago. Well, to those who don't know, Celestia used to be called Lazy Chain. That was the original code name for the project, and they a lot of names were getting flown around as like what the token should be called. They might have called it Lazy. They might have called it Sloth, and that eventually they moved away from that and went with Celestia and had like a more general name, not as a developer focused. So it was actually interesting to see Zaki still decided to launch this project, which he did kind of in secret. Clearly, I don't know how long after Celestia launched, maybe 6 months later, we launched the Sloth Society. So this was all Zaki's idea. He pretty much did this in secret and decided to stealth launch for one TIA each on Stargaze. And yeah, that was the beginning of it. He is, as some people may not know or do know, is that he's not very involved in the team anymore. He mainly manages the Echo launches. So we have an Echo group on echo.xyz for tokens, seed launches and stuff. So, uh, but we've since CTO'd the project just out of creative differences, and it's a long story on that end. We can go down that route, but it's basically that. So I don't want to say too much.
All right. That's interesting. We will get back to the Zaki's like involvement in thing,
Hmm.
because like you've heard probably about like the recent like FOD stuff, and
Yeah.
we probably could skip it or not skip, like it depends on the like community sentiment on that. But okay, let me translate. All right, so like I think the like what we see on the screen at the moment, the price of one, let's say, PFP is 25k TIA per 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 one. So what does make it so expensive?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things I think going into the value of sloths, and we're also with Lazy Chain trying to build on that and make it a little bit more sustainable. So I think what a lot of people think about sloths early on was, oh, this NFT is going to get all the airdrops, right? Because of who the founder is, Zaki, and who are some of the holders. Like we have Nick White and a few other major team players like JP from Mantra Chain. So there is this air of airdrops are going to be a big part of holding a sloth, right? Just like how Bad Kids kind of got a bit of that hype as well. But just to go back to the team, it wasn't just Zaki that was running this. Paco, as some of you guys saw around the community, he is the main community manager early on and has since built a team of a few developers and community managers as well to help run this. So Paco doesn't had a great vision for the collection, and I think it goes beyond just airdrops, right? It's building connections between the modular ecosystem, bringing culture as a major factor is very important to us. We think that the long-term benefits of NFTs go beyond just airdrops. It's definitely a more of a way to express your culture and express your views through a PFP is the way we see things, and building those connections and building more of like this idea that hey, we are not just builders, but we like to have fun, we like to share ideas and share our commonalities, right? And the value side of that is in networking, right? You might meet people that can give you jobs or can offer you different types of benefits within other communities. So having that cross pollination with all of the modular chains that will be popping up in the future, we would love to see sloths become like kind of like this badge of honor and this membership token that helps you gain benefits in different ways, right? More than just getting a token airdrops or whitelists to projects. So yeah, that's where we can start talking about lazy chain or whatever. But this is where the value driver of sloths will be in the future, not just airdrops, but airdrops are definitely a big part of it.
All right, I'll translate this real quick. Yeah, and we will go on definitely about the lazy chain. It's an interesting topic to discuss for sure. All right, like
Get into it.
let's still discuss lazy chain. Why there is a need for the chain for the like NFT collection? That's
Yeah, that's a really good question. As you could tell, like we have abstract chain now. We have the Azukis are launching a token and probably a chain soon. The Bored Apes launched a chain. We're not just following what these guys are doing, but we're looking at this as a way that we can drive value back to the main collection. And the best way to do that would be with Celestia underneath, because with a really good DA layer, you can do some interesting things, as well as with a shared sequencer, which we're working with the Astria team, so that we have not just a layer two that's centralized, but we have a secure, decentralized layer two. And with that, we don't have to go through a validator set, right? And we don't need a token right away just to launch the chain. So with those value capture mechanisms kind of free. Like we don't need a validator set, so that frees up a lot of capital that would have been required to launch a chain. Our idea is to drive some of that value, like the fees that we earn through sequencers, back to sloths. So everything that we're going to be doing with this chain is going to be in a way to drive value back to the sloths in a number of ways. So one of them, like I said, would be through directing fees to sloth holders that stake or have their NFT sleeping on the chain, is what we're going to call it, not staking, but sleeping. And hopefully, through more collaboration and talking to builders, we kind of direct them to using the sloths as another value capture method. So whether it's benefits through the DeFi apps that they have on chain, and other things like that. So yeah, Lazy Chain is just going to be a very value captured mechanism, as well as a place for people to build whatever. And it's an EVM chain, so any builder would be able to pretty much port their apps over very easily, hopefully. And we see more activity on the Celestia um, ecosystem, right? Because I don't think there's many EVM chains built on Celestia as we know it. Like Forma chain is new, so more chains like that will be good for the ecosystem in general. And yeah, Lazy Chain is just another playground that people can come and find users, which is also another thing is that sloths are very active in DeFi and in NFTs. So we look to be a hub for a lot of builders to come on chain and find a group of users that are very eager and excited to use their products. So
Can you please correct me if I'm wrong? Just real quick, I will try to rephrase what you just said in a like
mhm.
short form. You want to the lazy chain team, Celestine Sloth, want to build a like playground chain as the playground for DeFi, NFTs, and like different things. Atop of Celestia to first of all to capture value for slots and
Yeah.
to showcase like Celestia like modular stack and so on for different like other communities.
Pretty much, and the fees, because we have a lot of controls over the fees, so directing things like that towards slots would be ideal.
So the question from the community, when the chain launch like planned for what date?
I don't want to put a date out because we don't have anything set in stone yet, but I would say sooner than later. Like that's all I can really say for now. It looks like a lot of things are coming together. The Astria team is helping us quite a bit. So yeah, you could see that Forma chain is up and running. So it's going to be similar to the bones of that. So we're looking at the next. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I'd probably get in trouble if I give a date, but sooner than later. I don't think we're like a year away. Like I'll say that.
Okay. Do you have anything to share from your personal perspective? What do you like enjoy the most in the collection or in the community, or like I don't know anything? What excites you about the Celestine Sloth before we go to questions?
One thing I really like about Celestine Sloths is the vibe that we kind of promote is stay lazy, don't worry about it, be cool, be chill. I think that mantra is very nice in a world where crypto is very fast paced and go go go. Our chat, and if you're in the Discord, you have to hold a Celestine Sloth to be able to chat directly or a habitat. But I think the vibe in there is very professional. Like I don't think everybody's very degen. a lot of people are, I think this is true for Cosmos in general too. Like a lot of these guys are builders and they like to keep things professional. So I do like the vibe of being calm and relaxed, think things level headed. Even though some people may disagree, but I think that 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 style of thinking is more healthy than most collections and communities in crypto in general. So yeah, it's the vibes.
All right. So that's awesome. I definitely support the idea about being being lazy and staying cool, while crypto and like the whole world around is like completely uh, mad. And as you said, it's too things are getting so intense sometimes, so we don't even have a minute to take a pause, to take rest. And these vibes are kind of, let's say, vital to stay mentally and physically healthy, especially in this fast sector as crypto.
Yeah,
Um,
100%, man. I'm glad that we have this collection to rally behind. It's great.
so the first question is from Evangelist, and do you plan any collaborations with habitats placed with the trade fauna slots?
Yeah, so what I can say is we had an AMA a couple of days ago, and Paco let us know discreetly. So this is a bit of alpha for you guys, but we're turning the habitats into a ERC code. I think it's like 6551, where they're like wallets. So we're turning the habitats into a crypto wallet essentially, and there's more to come with that. So the bit more utility, and who knows, maybe even more integration. But yeah, the habitats are definitely part of our ecosystem that we're looking to support in the future.
That's quite interesting, but what do you mean by turning into wallets?
If you look at Uniswap, for example, they have your LP positions are now NFT. So when you create an LP position, it shows up in OpenSea. So you what it essentially is like you can add more DeFi functions and put tokens inside of NFTs for different reasons. So it can help with account abstraction. You can add like DeFi functions inside of the NFT. So you deposit tokens and then they're automatically staking or stuff like that. So there's a lot of ways you can go about it. We're still in talks about what we'll do with it. But yeah, that's the bit of information I can share is that we're looking at changing the habitats to be a bit more of a DeFi utility than just an NFT with a picture on it.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, you want to turn NFTs into some useful NFTs as LPs, or like to bring some utility to them. It's like EVM collection or what? I'm not really familiar with habitats.
Yeah, no worries. It's yeah, like we're looking to pretty much add DeFi functionality to the habitats. So whatever that may mean, we don't know yet, or I can't share exactly the plans, but you just think of habitats as like it's like a crypto wallet is what I can say is yeah,
All right.
so if you want to look up more into it, it's ERC 6551. It's a token standard that's basically it turns an NFT into its own smart contract. So you could
Uh,
do smart
it's
contract like
I'm
functions with
so
it.
sorry for interrupting. It's ERC 6551.
Correct.
All right. The next question is, hey bro, how's it going? Probably lazy as usual. Listen, I've come across some toxic lazy Turks a couple of times who have dirty conversations and represent sloths terribly. I don't know. Is there any sense to comment that?
All I'll say is that all sloths are individuals. We don't have control over different communities within our ecosystem, but no, we talked to some of the Turks. Some of them are really cool, right? And yeah, I do see some toxic. It happens, right? Like you have people that may be not happy or may not have the best intentions, but no, we don't associate with anyone who doesn't bring good vibes. So
Absolutely. Next question is, in case people weren't able to mint slots and they don't have like that much money to purchase it, is there like are there any activities to like get this like NFT?
you know what? The collection is very distributed, so like the team doesn't even hold, you know, like a treasury or anything. Like we don't have a bunch of slots to give away. So I'm gonna say like no. But we do encourage people to pick up a habitat if they don't have one. They're relatively cheap right now, and join the community that way. You can get in pretty much almost full access to our Discord if you have a habitat. So that would be the biggest way right now to get into the community if you don't have a slot. But in the future, we may or may not. We're looking at it is expanding the collection, or because 2,500 NFTs is not very much. This is also another reason why the floor price is so high, is that they're pretty premium and exclusive. So we definitely wanna bring more awareness to our community. So just look out in the future. I say the best way would be to have a habitat for sure.
Got it. 2,500, right? The total supply.
Yes, and 2,300 owners, so it's rather distributed. There's some people with like over 10 sloths, but we don't know exactly who they are.
All right. So, question about Zaki. How after everything that happened, can slots have any respect for this person? How can they even be considered reputable when they openly show their attitude, manipulated so many projects, and even caused harm to the slots?
Yeah, well, what I'll say is, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion on the guy. I just think he made a mistake, you know, personally, but for that, he's completely stepped back from being part of the team. He's not involved in any of the future decision making or anything like that. The only thing he manages now is the Echo group, where we have seed raises on Echo. So we do appreciate him for sticking around for that, because he is very connected in other crypto circles. So you know he's saw the error that he made, and he's apologized and has still offered to help us in the way that he saw he could be a best of a help to us. So I wouldn't say you know he's a terrible person or anything. He definitely can be pretty cavalier, but he's Zaki, right? Like this guy has earned a lot of respect in the broader community, and you know all the personal like I have my own opinions and stuff, but in a professional sense, I still think it's valuable to have him around and not completely be emotional about it.
Yeah. What is the role of the slots after the release of Mammoths, when almost all Celestia devs and founders are now using Mammoths?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think this goes back to why we say airdrops is not everything about NFTs and about the sloths. So a lot of people are thinking of this as like, oh well, you know, Celestia has their own NFT now, so they're going to get all of the modular airdrops. And I don't think this is the way to look at it. I think the way we are viewing these NFT collections it's a culture driver, right? We're looking at a way to give people a way to express themselves and express their views and how they invest and how they see the future of crypto. And currently, right, we only have 2,500 sloths. It was one of the more OG collections in the modular ecosystem, right? Using TIA to mint on Stargaze, we did that first. But what is the point of the sloths now that there's mammoths? Is you know it's the same as before. We plan to launch Lazy Chain. We plan to bring more value towards sloths with Lazy Chain and the mechanisms that we have there. Um, I don't think we're in competition with the Mammoths at all. I think there's a lot of synergy and a lot of collaboration that we can still foster between both of our communities, because the Mammoths is a 10K collection and it's much still pretty distributed. I don't know I think I have the collection here somewhere, but the Mammoths are definitely, more the Celestia ecosystem mascot. They're doing an update with the Mammoth blocks and stuff, but I wouldn't look at it as competition. I wouldn't look at them as, they're going to get more airdrops than the sloths. I would look at it more as just more people to come and play with the playgrounds that we're building. So that's how I would put it.
Yeah, makes sense.
The more the merrier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How many people are working on Sloths and Lazy Chain? Tell us about the team.
Yeah. So if I were to put a number to it, I'd say we have about 3 to 4 core devs working on Lazy Chain. And as for the community side of things on Discord as well, we have another about 5 people. So yeah, like I'd say a total of 9, just under 10 people are working, whether part-time or full-time, paid positions. We're also doing a bit of fundraising, and looking to obviously expand when we have the need to. But we have a pretty decent team of devs that have worked on other things in the past, and yeah, they're helping us build Lazy Chain. And like I said, it's going to launch sooner than later, so we're pretty far along, and we have a lot of support as well from the Astria team and other folks in the ecosystem.
Hey Theo, my name is Vanya. I am co-founder of Expedition Collection. Maybe you see a lot of our PFPs here on the chat. And as a founder, I have a work and bring some alpha to my community. And I visited several MA with Celestine Sloths in your Discord with mad scientists. And also on that sessions mentioned one alpha you haven't mentioned here in that session. And I want to repeat that here because people have to know about that. But you are planning one more collection on Lazy Chain. And the artist will be another artist, one Steve, who made your original collection. So please tell us a little bit more about your future collections, how we can get whitelist on it, because people really want to become a part of Lazy community.
Yeah, no, thank you for that question. It's very exciting to think about expanding our community, because a lot of people are very interested, and we want to see that grow, right? So I think it was Paco's intention and all of our intentions to let more people into the ecosystem. As for like how can you get whitelist, or how can you you know get ahead of the line, right? And make sure that you're part of that growth. I would say just stay tuned. Like I don't have any core ways right now, but we're definitely thinking of how to make it very inclusive and give everyone a chance. I would just say, I'm not going to say this and say this equals whitelist, but I would say get your hands on a habitat at the very least, just to be a part of our Discord and community, so you can at least see what's going on. Like, this gives you access to the AMAs, it gives you access to a chat with a bunch of slots, so you can ask these questions. You can engage with Paco. You can also talk to him on Telegram too, but I think being a part of our Discord community will give you a first view, like a first person view of what we have planned. And once there is opportunities to get whitelists or to get into the Lazy Chain Discord and stuff, I think having a habitat and being active in the Discord is the first way to go about it. So not doesn't equal a whitelist. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but definitely I would look at getting a habitat as the first way to the lowest barrier of entry. But yeah, we have very interesting ideas for the collection. So if you want to ask me more about that, I'll answer whatever I can, and would love to talk about that, or more questions about Lazy Chain.
Can you also share the habitats collection? I haven't seen it, I think, or maybe I saw, like, I'm not sure. Just for the sake of entertainment, at least. Oh, it's on Forma chain, right? Oh,
Yeah,
or it's on.
I'm wondering if I could find it on Highlight, but I think I have to go to Modularium. But yes, it's on Forma Chain. There's also Sloth Gang of Athens, I believe, is official from the Sloths, but I have to double check. But we have our name down there. So, but yeah, Habitats is here. It's only 9 TIA, $40.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's like $50 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Привет, друзья. I'm for a long time here, just don't want to disturb. Very nice to see Celestine Sloths on our community call. And I have a question about Lazy Chain. Do you have something like ambassador program? And how common community members who are not developers, not validators, can find themselves in the contributing for the development of the Lazy Chain?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Yes, we're actually like this is why I'm here is to help with community development and growing the community in different ways, different regions and different countries. So that's why I'm really happy to be part of what you guys have going on here with Posthuman. As for an exact ambassador program, we don't have one yet, but this is something that we will be talking about once we have the Discord open. And the idea first would be to get people into the Lazy Chain Discord, which is pretty much ready. So keep an eye out for that. But once we have people in there, like your community and others, we definitely will be looking for not only ambassadors, but specifically bilingual community members that can help us with writing articles and doing different types of media posts, videos, articles, different things to help spread information because that's very important to us. So yes, like I thank you for asking that question. It is something that will be on our list. So keep an eye out, and we'll make sure to communicate that with you.
And also, I want to add that we are launching Sputnik Network Upchain, and for the holders of Celestine Sloths will be NFT drop of Sputnik NFTs. So one more drop for Celestine Sloths holders.
Sounds NFT super lazy, drop. Man. I love that. Thank you.
We will announce it in 1-2 weeks.
I love the name.
One more question about more technical side. What is the main stages of the Lazy Chain development, and do you need any help with the development? Maybe you are looking for some developers, full stack or backend, front end, maybe UI design, because we have pretty big community with the big and many people here have really great skills. Maybe you're also looking for the developers.
So I don't know for sure, but what I will do for you is actually kind of get more involved with the development side of things and find out. We could always use help, right? So I think one area would definitely be front end. I don't think we have as many front end developers at the current moment, but I will ask and I'll get back to you because I love you guys' community. I've been kind of like poking around and looking at what you guys do, and I think it's really cool. I'm personally a very big into the Cosmos stack and stuff. So no, I would definitely love to get involved with you guys and see if we can help each other collaborate and stuff. So yeah, I'll double back with you about that. Thank you.
There was a question about, does the Celestine Sloths planning to move to Modularium or the other market or Lazy Chain when that will be ready?
Great question. Great question. So for those who don't know, Stargaze is planning to launch with Initia. They're doing, I think, I forget the name exactly right now because they have a new Twitter page, but it's like Initia Gaze or something like that. Intergaze. So they will themselves have an EVM chain. I think it's EVM or multiple VMs, but you're looking at Stargaze doing a new marketplace. Forma, we will have bridges. Just overall, to answer your question, there's going to be bridges to every chain for NFTs soon. Like Layer Zero is collaborating with a lot of NFT collections to bridge their NFTs to different chains for different purposes. Forma chain, I think we will be on, as well as the new Stargaze chain. I don't think we're going to push for one or the other to be our home. I think it's going to come down to incentives, right? If there's a reason to be on Forma, there's more liquidity, whatever. And another part of that for Lazy Chain, we want Lazy Chain to kind of be where people bring their sloths to sleep and stake for the long term, right? So it'll be more of like that. Oh, if it's on Lazy Chain, it's to keep off of markets and to keep delisted and to give rewards. And then Forma or Stargaze, there's going to be reasons to be on either. So I don't believe we're choosing one to be our home. I think it's going to be very open, and wherever they want to be, there'll be lots of options in the future.
This is very, very interesting and impressive. Was you already thinking about not only staking of NFTs, but maybe about liquid stakings or of NFTs, or maybe other kinds of derivatives on NFTs, and maybe was you thinking about something like NFT-Fi?
Yeah, so this is where I would like to see Lazy Chain kind of go towards is more NFT-Fi. I would like to attract a lot of builders in that realm of DeFi. I think DeFi is, to be honest, is like it's pretty boring to most people. I think what people want to see is more utility for their NFTs. So that would be a way. Once the chain is live and once we have like a DevNet going, I would love to reach out to a lot of NFT-Fi builders, liquid staking, all of that, right? Like ideally, or the idea of Lazy Chain is that you stake your sloth and you earn a constant reward for staking, right? Multiple streams. Like we're not looking at just doing sequencer fees, but other fees might be directed towards the sloths. So they'll definitely be yield bearing. So seeing liquid staking platforms and other primitives being built around NFT-Fi, I think we have a great opportunity in that sense. Kind of unique to other chains like Ape Chain and stuff. Again, we're not competing, but we do have a lot of things up our sleeves that may be different than what you currently see with these NFT chains. Great question, thank you.
Great, very interesting. This is what we want to combine the economical part of DeFi with some kind of the gamification to make DeFi much more fun and interesting. Maybe you have something like call to action or something advice to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you guys for having me. This has been a great fun, and I love your community, Vanya. Like your expedition collection is dope. If you can share a link with me where I can take a look and get more involved with you guys. But no, thank you so much for having me. My call to action would be get a habitat. I want to see a lot more activity from the habitat holders in our Discord so that we can, justify giving you guys much more rewards and stuff. We have a lot of whitelist raffles and stuff going on in the Discord right now. So I think we have a lot to come. There's a lot of fun once the Lazy Chain is launched. So get ready, get your habitat, and be active, right? Just give us a chat, give us ideas. You know, we're very open. We're not like, we don't have a core set of ways to do things. So get active, give us ideas, make suggestions, and we'll probably make a Russian-speaking channel for you guys if you need it. I think it's appropriate to do once we are growing and stuff. So happy to have you, and thank you for having me, and stay lazy.
Thank you very much. It was really nice and interesting interview, meet, and we will connect more about drop of Sputnik NFTs for the Celestine Sloths, make some announcements. So, friends, I think this is the good end of the Voice of Ecosystem number 160. Already 160 weeks we've met in this beautiful digital space, and we will meet with you again at the Voice of Ecosystem number 161 on the next week at Sunday. Stay in cosmos, be a cosmonaut, believe in this beautiful ecosystem, and everything will be very cool.
Stay lazy, guys.
Оставайтесь ленивыми, друзья.
Bye.